My name is Maxi Witrak, and something about me is when I was a kid, got bullied a lot for being trans, and it was really hard because I was not trans. Because I dressed in my older brother's hand-me-downs, because my voice is deep, girls would corner me in the bathroom and go, "Maxi's a man! Maxi's a man!" And then right there in the bathroom, to prove I wasn't a man, I'd have to cry in front of them. Having a deep voice is rough. I even went to a vocal coach at one point trying to see if I could raise my voice, and I stopped seeing her because she described an experiment, a very unnatural experiment where they tinkered with the vocal cords of cows to see how many octaves they could raise their moo. And for me, the thought of driving by a pasture and seeing a cow go, "Moo!" I was like, that is one trill cow. I would never let it run for office. I've made peace with my deep voice. I think it suits me, because no one is ever going to accuse me of sounding hysterical. Other girls freak out. They're like, "Oh my God!" I freak out. I'm like, "Oh my God." I think I'm a little to blame for why people don't look at me and think feminine. I don't dress very girly. I've always had a little bit of lack of self-care. My hair always looks like I just went through a hard time. I remember at one point I just started seeing a guy and he took one look at my hair and went, "Break up?" And I was like, I mean, if that's what you want. That was kind of a mean way to ask for it, Brad. Working with frizzy hair is hard. I've tried every haircut. I've tried every hair color. At one point, I sat down in my hairdresser's chair. I was like, "What do you think I should try next?" She's like, "Therapy?" My hairdresser, I was telling her I was going to have to stop seeing her because I couldn't afford it anymore. And she did a very sweet thing and lowered her rate so I could continue to see her. And it would have made me feel really good if my therapist hadn't also just done the exact same thing. To me, that says they both got together and were like, "No, we'd rather take a pay cut than let you out on the streets as you are." And I was telling my therapist, I feel really badly for Mila reducing her rate. For me, I feel like giving me charity is a waste. I feel so badly because someone else out there needs it more. And my therapist said, "No." It's impossible to live up to how cool hairdressers are, though. It's hard. I sit down in any hairdresser's chair. She's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Can I have your hair?" She's like, "Oh, you want my hairstyle?" "No." "Can I have your hair and your shirt?" I feel like it's so hard to find a hairstylist that suits you, and once you find her, she's perfect, and you just want to brag about her to all your friends. My girlfriends and I brag about our hairdressers like we're a bunch of 50-year-old divorced men bragging about their hot new girlfriends. They're like, "Oh, my girl knows exactly how I like it." My girl Mila, Russian. My girl does this thing with the comb where she uses just the right amount of teeth. There is no right amount of teeth, I should also say. It's also probably my fault. I don't advertise very much that I'm a girl. There's a ton of girls who are better at it. They're out there going, "My pussy's a goddess, my pussy's a goddess." I'm like, really? A goddess? That's sweet. I remember being that excited about mine. I feel like mine's a little more like an air fryer. At first I was like, "I'm going to use this for everything!" And then pretty soon the novelty wears off. Pussies are novelty items. I got mine in 7th grade like a Tamagotchi, stopped taking care of it immediately. Someone the other day was like, "Do you still have that Furby?" I was like, "Ew, no." I shave mine now. All proceeds eventually go the way of all novelty items. Decades later, they end up on Craigslist with the heading "free for anybody who wants it." All right, you guys, I've been Maxi Witrak. Have a good night.